How to get photography clients as a beginner. Are you brand new to boudoir photography and you want to start booking clients so you can make some real money with your camera? Well, I'm going to give you my 3-step plan to booking clients as a photographer. And you need all 3 for them to work. You know, it's like the 3-legged stool metaphor. As soon as you pull one of the legs out, it's just going to fall over. So do not check out early. Make sure you watch all 3.
It's showtime.
Hello, I'm Mike Lloyd. I run a multi-6-figure boudoir studio here in Silicon Valley, California, and I love booking clients. I've learned a lot from people running 6, 7, 8, 9-figure businesses over the years. My mentors are all multimillionaires and billionaires, and I've learned from really smart people how to make money. It's not complicated, but it's difficult if you skip steps and don't pay attention to these 3 important things. So I'm going to give you my 3-step framework to booking clients easily so you can make money with your camera. Firstly, who are you marketing to? Where are they? And what is your offer? All right, so who are you marketing to? If you're a boudoir photographer, you might be thinking, well, I'm marketing to women or men if you want to do boudoir also. Up to you. You're like, anyone who wants to get in front of my camera, that's who I'm marketing to. Wrong. Yes, maybe you could market to any women on the planet, but you're not going to speak to all of them the same, and that's why we separate them into different categories. So maybe you have one group for bridal boudoir, women who are getting married. And again, maybe you're not even marketing to women. Maybe you're marketing to any other demographic. I'm just using this as an example. Marketing to women who are getting married. Then you want to market to pregnant women for maternity photos. Then you want to market to, let's say, recent divorcees or someone who's lost a ton of weight and has worked really hard in their fitness journey. Maybe you want to market to someone who's just graduated college. Maybe you want to market to someone whose children have moved out of the house. They are empty nesters and they're trying to reestablish their identity now that they're not full-time mom anymore, right? You're always a parent once you have children, but if they're not living at home, you're like, what do I do with all this time? Who am I? That is a different group to market to. So identifying the different types of clients you are marketing to is step 1. Super important because you can't do the next 2 steps without knowing who it is you're speaking to. There was a dude that used to come to my college campus. I still see him around downtown, and he's got one of those big signs that he wrote by hand, and he has very extremist religious message, and he stands on a milk crate, and he just shouts scripture at people, at every single person walking by. And everyone's like making wide turns to go around him so they don't go anywhere near him. No one stops to listen to his message because he's not speaking to anyone. I mean, he might be a little bit off, but he's not having conversations with people. He is just shouting his message at every single human who walks by. Now, do some of the people who walk by agree with him? Probably. Statistically, I'm sure there are. And that's not to say that anyone is right or wrong, but he is shouting the same message at every single person who walks by, and a significant majority of everyone wants nothing to do with him. If he were to go to a place full of people who thought just like him, he would thrive. They would be having conversations all day, reaffirming each other's beliefs and opinions. That would be his happy place. I get maybe he's trying to convince others to think like him, but he's going about it the wrong way because you can't just shout into a crowd of people speaking the same language to everybody and expecting anyone to think that you're talking to them. So don't be the crazy person shouting nonsense at everybody walking by who just wants to go get lunch with their friends. Have real conversations with your clients by knowing who your clients are. All right, step number 2, find out where they are. Maybe they're on Instagram. Maybe they're on Facebook. Could they be on TikTok? Maybe they're watching YouTube videos. Those are all options. They probably also shop at stores. Could they go to lingerie boutiques? Maybe a yoga studio or a Pilates studio. Do they go to a certain eyelash salon or a skincare center? Maybe a spa, home and school club? I don't know. It depends on who you're going to. If you're marketing to your maternity clients, Maybe team up with an OBGYN. Maybe go to a store that sells maternity clothes or baby clothes. If you are marketing toward empty nesters, you're probably not going to go to a place where 25-year-olds hang out because 25-year-olds don't have kids who just moved out of the house. You're going to want to go to somewhere where there are women in their 40s, 50s, maybe 60s hanging out because that's where they're going to be. Different stores, different places where they're already spending money, different social platforms, different magazines, different blogs. Hope you get the picture. They will be in different places. And when you know who you're looking for, then it gets easier to figure out where they actually are. And that's where you want to continue your marketing journey. We move on to phase 3 is giving them an offer they can't refuse. I don't know that I could do like a really good Italian gangster voice. My family's from Italy. Probably tell you in Italian if you want, but I can't fake that accent. So I'm not even going to bother. But you give them an offer they can't refuse. And by that, I mean present the opportunity to work with you in a way that is such a no-brainer they can't possibly say no. And one thing that I found in my own brand development is that the women I attract into my studio, they're hustlers, they're fighters, they're caregivers. They always put everyone else's needs first and never their own because they've found value in taking care of their family, their circle, before prioritizing their own needs. And they come from adversity, either abusive relationships or they've immigrated from different countries. There is some significant obstacle they've overcome to get to where they are. They are fighters. So when I run ad campaigns that say, come in and get glam for the day, this is a great opportunity, nobody cares. When I say things like, I know how hard you're busting your ass and you always put everybody else first, this is a one day that you can come in and feel good about treating yourself without the shame or guilt of putting your own needs first. I'm still inviting them in for a shoot, but that sends an entirely different message than just come in and feel pretty. Right? Also, some of my biggest ad campaigns are supporting local nonprofits. So last year, I waived my session fees for X number of shoots. And I said, anyone who books a shoot with me, I'm going to donate your session fee to this nonprofit so that we can give to others in the community. And I booked 100 sessions from it. So this year, I'm doing the same thing. I put a couple options in my Facebook group for my own clients. I said, hey, last year we did so well. Thank every one of you who contributed to that. I'm going to up my goal to $15,000 this year. Let's raise $15,000 for this nonprofit to help rescue pets, get medical care, and find homes. We'll take them out of shelters and do this. I found a nonprofit who can do it. Let's support them. Everyone thought it was such a cool thing. And I'm booking all these clients because they give to others first before they put their own needs as a priority. So booking a session takes care of others in their community, and they also get to do something for themselves. So I'm providing a way for these fighters, these hustlers, these caregivers to actually treat themselves without totally feeling guilty about treating themselves. You could also do half off your session fees or include a print credit. There are a ton of ways that you can present an opportunity. One of my close friends, business acquaintances, we're friends at this point. We hang out all the time. We're grabbing pizza as soon as I'm done recording these. We ran a promotion last summer. I did a photo shoot for her. Basic influencer marketing. She shared the images with her own audience, and we said, anyone who books a photo shoot that week gets a free spray tan because she runs a spray tan salon. And I was just going to pay for their session. It was like $40-$50, something like that, which I will happily pay $40 to bring on a client who's going to spend $3,000. I'll trade $40 for $3,000 every day of the week. I don't know. We booked a handful of sessions. I made about $20,000 from that. And I bought, I think, 5 people spray tans. So I paid a couple $100. I made $20,000. It also brought me an $11,000 sale, which is my highest sale to date. So that totally worked out because we presented them an offer. She didn't just say, hey, I love this photographer. Go check him out. She said, hey, I know you guys already follow me because you love spray tanning with me. So if you were already thinking about this, here's a great opportunity. Book a shoot with him, get a free spray tan before your photo shoot. And then I just Venmo'd her the money each time somebody booked. It was easy. And it was a great way to give an offer to her clients because we knew who her clients were. We knew what they valued. We knew where they were. They were on Instagram, and we gave them an offer they could not refuse. So that is how you book more photography clients, even if you are a beginner. And it's so good that you're learning this now rather than building bad habits for years, getting frustrated, getting burned out, and then just going back to a desk job. So who is your ideal client in each segment of the market? Where are they? and what is the offer you're going to present to them so it is a no-brainer to book you. If you want more marketing ideas, like specifically where to go, how to position these things, I have some great videos for that, like my top 5 ways to book clients in 2022, or how to scale your photography business to 6 figures, another great video to check out. And if you want step-by-step instructions, I'll walk you through all of these things start to finish. Head to boudoirguild.com and join the membership site. You are amazing. I'll see you inside.